Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. Today I am testing out, as it is quite a hot day on the Gold Coast in Australia, the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I have it on now, so if you'd like to see me apply and my thoughts after wearing it for quite a few hours in the heat, just keep watching. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and put some pencil on my eyebrows. I've put my eye cream on, so I use the Bobbi Brown Extra Eye Repair. And I have put my moisturiser on. The best one I find for under makeup is the MAC Timecheck Lotion. It's not a lotion, it's actually quite thick. And I feel like it does actually help my pores a little. I mean, there's not too much that a moisturiser can do to help pores, but that is fabulous. I'll always use that. Now, as always, I'm going to go in and use my Tarte Clean Slate for my pores. So, as usual, just pushing the product into the areas where I want to try and fill in. So I do pop some on those wrinkles there as well as my chin. And just push that product in. Try not to rub it too much. It does tend to peel up, so I like to push that into the corners of my nose as well. And down those lines at the side of my mouth, not on my eye. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to try the Dior Backstage Face and Body today, it's very, very hot and humid on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia today. So it does promise to be sweat-proof, humidity-proof, waterproof. So I'm going to give it a go and see what it's like. But I still will put my MURAD Oil Control Mattifier on, which I always do in summer in my T-zone, just to try and alleviate a little bit of that oil that does come through. So I always do that, so I thought if I ordinarily do it, I should do it today as well. So just patting that very lightly over the top of that previous primer. Okay, so getting into the Dior, so that's what the packaging looks like. It's absolutely stunning. Now, I did order this in 3N, which I have a little bit of a feeling it's going to be a little bit too dark for me. I did see some previous reviews and people were saying that it does oxidize and because of that fact, just order something just a little bit lighter. I do want this for summer though, where I do actually try and tan up a little bit, so I really wanted to stick with the 3N, but I've got a feeling I might go back and get the 2N. Now, what Sephora does is offer you a little sample pot just to use first. So if you're not happy with the colour, just take the pot and the packaging back all unopened and you can swap it for any colour you like, which is fantastic. Okay, so the claims, like I said before, waterproof, sweat-proof, humidity-proof, which I'm just dying to try. Now, Dior does say that the product is buildable from natural and luminous glow to a high coverage perfection. And they're saying with the high coverage that you do need to put 3 coats on. So I really don't think this product's going to be someone who wants full coverage all the time. It's just going to take up way too much product. It does come in 50 mils. In Australia, it's $70 on the Sephora website. Now, if you are ordering online on the Sephora website, go in and try and find the Sephora, I think it's called Find Your Shade, which will help you immensely with actually picking the colour. Now, it does come in 40 shades, which is absolutely fantastic. I didn't have too much trouble choosing that 3N. It was pretty obvious that I needed a neutral colour. So they do come obviously in the cool, neutral and warm colours. Okay, so we'll get back into it. So I'm going to use my little pot and I'm going to use my Real Techniques buffing brush, which I adore. So I'll go into that little tiny sample pot. And like I said, I do think this is going to be a little bit too dark for me. You never know. So I'm just going to pat that in first. I do stay away from underneath my eyes like I ordinarily do. I go in with a couple of other products under there. Just because I don't like too many products under my eyes, just to be enhancing those wrinkles that are under there. Now, this is just so light. This feels like I'm putting on a moisturiser. The smell, absolutely beautiful, classic Dior smell. Oh, that is divine. This is just so light, it's ridiculous, and that is just blending onto my skin effortlessly. Oh wow. This is really, really nice. That colour has actually blended into my neck and the rest of my body colour pretty well. Now I just don't want it to oxidise though, so I'll see throughout the day what it's going to do. That's absolutely gorgeous. Now actually that's one layer and that's covered up pretty well that imperfection that I've got there, which is just a little bit of a hyperpigmentation. And I'll fix this little mark later when I go in with my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. That just went on in 2 seconds, just absolutely effortlessly. I've got a little bit of excess product just right up in this section here, so I'm just going to go in with the Beauty Blender and just take that out. But that's the thing with foundation or any products that I find, if you've got some lines and wrinkles, just try and do your foundation if you can before your eyes. You've got time to go back in and actually just take that excess product out that might sit in those lines around your mouth, nose, and your lips. Wow, I really, really like that. Now that colour, like I said, it's good for me for summer, but I wouldn't be able to wear this in winter. I'd have to go back to a 2N. I was thinking of possibly getting the 2N and just doing the interior of my face where I like to have that lightened up. But I'm just not quite sure. I think that could probably work still underneath the other products that I'm about to put on. Okay, so like I said, it's pretty hot here in Queensland at the moment. We're going into summer in December, so it's late spring at the moment. So I am going out into the heat today, so I will feel it. So I'm going to pop some more makeup on and come back and let you know. I feel like I'm already sweating. I'm sort of in the corner here in the house at the moment. I do have the fan on, but no air conditioning. Wow, I really do like that. So as normal, I do go in with my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector and my MAC Prep and Prime underneath my eyes. So I'll do that now. So my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, I love this stuff for under eyes and trying to not have those wrinkles pronounced underneath your eyes there. So I just go in and pop a little bit of that in there. Down the sides of my nose, up into the inner corner. And then I'm just going to go in as usual with my MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose, just a little bit lower down and then up into the areas that I want to highlight or lighten up. And then I'm just going to buff that in with my Zoeva 110 Face Shape Brush. Or stipple it basically. I feel like I may have put a little bit extra, too much product on there today, so I'm going to have to go in a couple of times and just take that excess out with the same brush. I love these two products together underneath my eyes because they both are quite light, not in colour, well this is quite light, but in terms of texture and the weight of the product. Just doesn't seem to settle into those fine lines under my eyes as much as a traditional concealer would. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in with my foundation brush and just go over that section where my foundation meets those two products. So I'll go in and put a minimal amount of eyeshadow on and the rest of my face or complexion products, which would be a bronzer, a blush and a little bit of highlight. And then do, like I said, do just a simple look on my eyes, and I'll come back and I'll let you know how I went out in the heat and the sun today. after I applied the foundation, I did run around and do just a couple of things before I went and put the rest of my makeup on. I did notice it dried down pretty quick, but it's definitely not luminous and it's definitely not dewy. The dewiness I've obtained by basically going and putting some highlighter in and using my MAC Fix Plus. The benefit of it to me is that I don't need to go in and actually powder before I put my bronzer or powder products on, which is great. This product does look so natural on. I did cop a look quite a few times in the rear vision mirror in the car while I was out and about, and I thought, wow, that just looks like my skin. Like I said, it did cover up this hyperpigmentation here. It really hasn't faded at all. There's no patchiness that I can see. I really did feel like I was sweating out there today, and I don't see any sort of lines that sweat sort of run down. It's a little tiny bit cakey, maybe above my eyebrow there and there, but I did put some highlighter on there, so that's an extra product on top which may be contributing to that. So I've got the oily T-zone. I am a bit dry around the perimeter. I didn't put any primer on the perimeter of my face today just to see how it would stay. And like I said, I mean, there's no patchiness at all. I haven't touched my face too much today. I haven't been in the office on the computer and sort of using my hands to hold my face when I'm reading. But I ordinarily do that. I probably should have done that to see whether it would come off, but it does feel quite dry still on my face, like it's not going to budge. So I really do like it. It's very, very natural. I don't think I'm going to need to go and buy the 2N. I'm going to stick with the 3N for summer. No separation really on my face at all, and no oxidization. So I have heard a few people review and say, you know, get a lighter color than you ordinarily would, but there was no oxidization with this color today. So overall, I really do like it. So if you like it too, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, click on the notifications bell. Keep being the best version of you always, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.